Peut-être c'est nous, c'est nous qui tirons et chacun de vous. I'm just going to verify that you can hear me well. Bear with me. Yes, the sound is okay. So this is going to be a quick one, man. I'm addressing you, Scam Cheddar. Sayonara, Frankie. My question is simple. It's in the title. How old was the girl molested by Tazaryach's cousin? Sayonara, you did act like a sucker, like a biatch. Now you had the nerve to cap for Tazaryach even when you label Dr. Martin Luther King a bitch. You went on record and say that he's right, that you agree. You came with that scheme. I was wondering if it was for the butler Reggie that you did that. But like I was suspecting from the beginning, it may have been because of that woof woof Nepal. Because she was very irritated, aggravated, hurt when she made a fool out of herself trying to talk about human rights violation in ancient Egypt, and she couldn't substantiate. And the second time when I was a guest with the Metal Nurture class, she showed how much hate she had. And because you're a sucker for love, you probably did that to make her happy. And what did she do? She dumped your dumb ass and went and hollered at Killer Priest. And she's still over there now. You kind of had a little bit of hope when she came back, but the people in your own chat were blasting her so much that you had to tell the people in your chat to leave her alone. But regardless why you did that, it wasn't beneficial for you. Because people know that you're a sucker, that you're a pathological liar. You even try to make some you made some false accusation. Like I was contacting you saying, yeah, I want to make some money, blah, 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 about the Metal Nurture class, which you propose to do, to have pay-per-view. And you said, you said, okay, I bet you ain't gonna say I'm lying, blah, blah, blah. And I cursed you out and I said, I'm giving you the authorization to show the email. I even said, I'm giving you the authorization to show any email I sent you. But you know that if you show some fake emails, I will be able to show the real email. You've been trying to lie like crazy. And now that I think about it, now that I think about it, you did propose that it will be pay-per-view. And maybe you were not happy that I asked you, how is it going to be split for the money? You probably thought that you will use my name to make a pay-per-view and I would just have to be happy with the donations. If it's me appearing and it's just a donation, it is what it is. But did you ever think for 1 second that you will be making a pay-per-view for me to do a Metal Nurture class and I would just have to be satisfied with whatever donation people feel like giving me? You know? But anyway, you went out of your way, even though you publicly said that TMH went to prison for molesting a young child and was arrested again for trying to F another young child. You try to switch that into a love story. All right, some people are dumb, they can't read, so they don't know what involuntary deviant sexual intercourse means. They don't know what rape means. They know what statutory rape means, but it seems like they have eyesight problem and they cannot see that on the course summary, we have not only statutory rape, not only corrupting minor, but there is rape and involuntary deviant sexual intercourse. All right, she was 15. The alleged victim that Polite sexually abused allegedly was 14. The girl that Tazaryach's cousin was found guilty of molesting sexually. How old was she? Don't tell me her age now. Tell me her age then. The guy's been in jail for more than 10 years. So it seems very serious. Why do you always protect pedophiles? I mean, lately, we have you on record, on tape, defending Malachi York, who had the 135-year sentence. You so dumb, man. But now, why would you cap so hard? And you said yourself that many Hebrew Israelites do these things. You're on tape, man. You're on record saying that. So how old was the girl now? Are you going to say that it was a love story as well? How old was the dude and how old was the girl? And you know why I'm asking this question? Because your new recruit, the biatch Chris MVP Harris, has slipped up when he was captain for you and your crew. And he revealed to the whole world that the guy who was in prison for child molestation is Tazaryach's cousin. So if you have a problem with that, you can holler at him. Just like it is Minister Enki who called you a pedophile on several different occasions. You try to tell people that you were cool with him, but guess what? He was on my panel just a couple of weeks ago. So if you're cool with him, well, how come he did not backtrack? He called you a pedophile. You see? Now you call TMH, the mighty Hebrew, you said that he went to jail for molesting, right? And he's cool with that because he's been on your panel, so that's fine. All right, good. Now just tell us, man. Because you know the trial is coming, and you're on tape saying that you knew about Polite running up with a 14-year-old girl. It's funny because it's always 14, 15, with you guys. So you may have trouble because of that, but it was you running your mouth. It was you running your mouth. You had prior knowledge. Also about the scamming. You're protecting a known scammer. You're not the only one. But how old was the girl, Sanetta Kenny? You like to open your mouth and act like you know the deal, you know the facts. Like you were trying to act like you knew the deal with Malachi York. You made yourself sound like a damn fool, man. 10 minutes straight, you defended Malachi York. With a weak argument like, well, I don't believe he molested his children. He had so many beautiful women, you dumb sucker. How old was the girl, man? With your team, your HO, House of Consciousness, rape, okay. It's always centered around rape or child molestation somehow, some way. Even that biatch Butler Reggie was trying to make excuses. I told him, don't defend the pedophile. He knew about Nasi Yashuvia. He knew that the girl was underage, that she was a minor. You guys know so much stuff, man. So why don't you tell us? Because you have the guy on your channel. Now we know that Jabari Osase doesn't care. He's on record addressing a polite situation over a guy that wasn't charged. But when the other guys are convicted in the court of law, he doesn't say, oh, it should be on time, at the very least. So you guys don't mind, you guys don't care. Can you at least tell us how old the girl is? I mean, how old the girl was. Can you at least tell us that? Because it appears that the girl was very, 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 very young. So you mind telling us, Scam Cheddar? Because you're so proud and you act like, your team is on point. You act like your team is on point. Them GMS dude who said that it's okay to rape a woman, that rape simply means to grab. You filmed them, you recorded them. Nasia Shuve with the debate. It was your event. It was your event. And who spilled the tea first about Nasi and the mighty Hebrew? It was Garfield. Garfield is okay. We scamming ass, right? Who spilled the bean and said that it was Tazaryach's cousin and went to prison, and who apparently is still in prison now? Oh, actually, yourself, Scam Cheddar, you call their radio, internet broadcast, right? In case you forgot, let me remind you, because I think whatever you're using, whatever substance you may be using, have you losing memory? Let me remind you, you talked about it live on air, but you conveniently omitted the fact that it is Tazaryach's cousin. Now you're going to tell me that bitch ass Chris Snakes out of Florida knows about it, but you don't know about it.
Polite, if let's say Polite is innocent, he could be a partial victim. You know, maybe he broke up with the girl. Who knows, you know, what happened in that instance. But the only true victim is that girl. So I think that's what we need.
And I think that's being a hypocrite because you have a member of ISUPK who was locked up for child molestation, for rape, or whatever it is, and y'all still support him. Here it is, Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all wouldn't support him. See the double standard?
What
you have
double
a member
standard?
in ISUPK, which y'all support him financially. You put money on his books, but Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all already.
This how I know you taking a strong. This how I know you take a strong position of Polite's innocence, regardless of waiting till the verdict come, because you keep bringing up the same exact thing, even though I've explained the position dozens of times. How many times do I have to explain the same exact position? So in that instance, the brother took a lot of.
Even if you explain it, it still remains the same, though, Captain.
No, what remains the same? Guilty. But what remains the same, though?
That he was found guilty.
Definitely was found guilty. But he also
was not found guilty.
I'm not saying don't support him, though.
Right. Brother, you said if the brother come on my channel, you done.
Wait.
And you know you got me, man. You got me. I said, all right, brother.
That's right. But what?
So, you remember now? Because you did not remember Nikki Chanel from Harlem. And he publicly said that you had a relationship with her when she was 15 and you were 33. Right? But now you remember her all of a sudden. Jabari stated publicly that Polite should be on timeout at the very least. But Tazaryach told you that if Polite is still on your panel, he's done. And all of a sudden, you obliged. Do they have dirt on you? Truth will set you free. Because if they blackmail you, they will do that for life. You will never be free. They will have you doing the Macarena for life. They will have you tap dancing and bug dancing for life. So how old, what are you hiding? Why don't you tell the people how old the girl was? Huh? Are you going to support child Are you going to support child molesters and rapists all your life? See, earlier I was just asking you, are you against child molestation? That's all I asked you. You couldn't even answer. How old was the girl? How old was the victim? Hashtag, how old was the victim? How old was she? Can't you just tell us that at least? You acting like you were bold, calling on the station saying, yeah, you have an ICPK member. You knew it was the cousin, didn't you? Are you going to tell the people you didn't know? Who told that bitch ass Chris MVP Harris? Who told him? How did he know? How did he know? Was it you who told him? Oh, by the way, didn't you pay or offer to pay Chris MVP Harris in order to reveal the domestic violence case of JJ 7000? Didn't you make at least one live stream showing that JJ 7000 did beat up his ex-girlfriend, the white lady? He wasn't gossiping then. Didn't you make a press conference regarding Africa Bambaata's child molestation accusation? He wasn't gossiping then. So be a man for once in your bitch-ass life and tell us how old the girl was. What dirt do they have on you that makes you be such a goddamn sucker, weak punk coward? You're already known for defending child molesters. When will you stop? Why are you capping? I mean, you were not involved, were you? Because we heard you were in Miami when Polite, got that DNA situation. You know Polite's going to sing, right? If he's found guilty, you know very well that he's going to sing. But damn, man, do you care about the children? Now, you are on tape, on record, calling the police. And you said that you contacted the FBI over one of your family members That was dancing, twerking. Why don't you care about other people's children? Way before you made an insinuation, actually an accusation towards my 3-year-old daughter, I was playing how you disrespected Uncle Suge's children. I didn't wait for the stuff to happen to me. Way before you had the nerve to make that accusation towards me, I was letting people know how you were talking about other people's children. But when it's your child that's dancing, you call the police and you contact the FBI. I didn't wait till it happened to me. Don't you care about other people's children? How old was the girl? What are you hiding? Was she 12 or 10 or less? Was she 8 years old? How old was the dude? What was the time difference? Are you going to say it was a relationship now? A willing relationship? Between a girl that's like 10 years old, 8 years old, or maybe younger? How old was she? Can't you just tell us that? Can't you just tell us how old the girl was? Punk sucker.